Hello everyone and welcome back to the Great Book of Grudges. My name is Nathan and Hotfix 6.1.3 has just dropped. It's not the biggest hotfix, but mind you, Creative Assembly are likely busy with the development of the next DLC and also monitoring what's happening with the beta to see what's going to make it into patch 6.2. So yeah, let's talk about it. We've got some highlights and some known issues. We're not going to go over the highlights because that's going to be covered a little bit later, but the known issues / still cooking are as follows. Manually abandoning a settlement in a Bloodground as a Beastmen faction results in the 3D UI not updating properly and showing the settlement as not part of the Bloodground. Finally, when loading a saved game before version 6.1.3, as a Beastmen faction, the region occupation restrictions get updated on end turn, not on load. Really, if you want to avoid any Beastmen issues, especially since some Beastmen changes are coming in with this, it's better just to start a brand new campaign. But let's jump into all the fixes. Alright, so general / gameplay. This is for campaign. Fixed an issue so that Beastmen can no longer occupy regions in a Bloodground without actually raising a Hearthstone. This used to be allowed in error and consume the shard without providing an avenue to get it back. Yeah, this is the fairly well-known bug there, so it's nice that that's finally been fixed up, because I know a lot of people have been jumping onto Beastmen campaigns, myself included, because it's kind of nice to have the Cockatrice, for example. That's been fixed too, we'll talk about that in a second. Fixed an issue where players could open a panel using hotkeys during the transition from pre to post battle. So what happened here is, yeah, you just kind of get a freeze lock there, and you wouldn't be able to do much from the campaign afterwards. You'd have to shut down the game and restart it. Fixed an issue where Confederated leaders would not automatically get following the plan points if Confederated while wounded when playing as the Ironclaw Orc, so this is just better for your Gorbad campaigns. Fixed a crash that occurred when losing a settlement while an Ataman is traveling to it. Yeah, something like this can happen, so it's good that that's been fixed up. It's one of those really specific issues that just doesn't get really caught early. Added additional negative diplomatic relations between Cafe factions and their enemy rebel factions to stop them from finding too much harmony in the early game. Yeah, there was some times that you could just ally up with the rebels, which was super weird. Fixed an issue where Skulltaker's tongue was missing during the intro cinematic for his quest battle. Cool. This is the big one. Fixed an issue where the Cockatrice didn't have a recruitment cap when being recruited by the Beastmen armies. Old saves will likely still see some mild confusion, as existing Cockatrice in those saves would technically be the Tzeentch version, which is not capped. Yeah, so when they got introduced, they unfortunately just used the Tzeentch one, where they had to create a new database thing. It's one of these things where all the different cultures in the game have so much different code, so just manually plopping the unit in doesn't work if they've got different recruitment styles. And finally, fixed an issue where the Ice Court and the Great Orthodoxy would get stuck at 100/100 supporters after quest battles without increasing tier. Yeah, okay, that actually derailed my Kostaltin campaign. I wanted to finally play him for the first time since, I think, launch of Warhammer 3, and it's like, oof, that's unfortunate. So yeah, good to see. For battle, there's a few fixes. So fixed an issue where flying casters could spin around when casting spells and moving simultaneously, although spinning is a good trick. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Sometimes you could trigger it to cast a spell twice or even faster. It's a shame for the Tzeentch casters though, I guess. But yeah, I mean, it's balance. Fixed an issue where Empire War Wagons would bleed from their wooden metal parts when hit. Okay, so these last ones are basically just cosmetic, where blood is just spurring out from everything, which, I mean, happens a lot. It's not really blood when it comes to Total War. It's more just random jelly splatter. And then finally, some changes to battle maps, which are displayed on screen. I know some people might not find these exciting, but believe me, sometimes it fixes up a lot of issues. There's a lot of cases where some assets can stop your troops from moving or completely break the map, where you'll have casters getting lost. Hell, there's even sometimes where you could have troops being deployed in areas that can no longer be reached. It's good to see these fixes happening, especially as there's some maps that just break the camera. So little by little, we're seeing all of them being updated to a better standard for Warhammer 3. Hopefully this continues. It's a small hotfix, but keep in mind again, they are busy with multiple things. I imagine that they're also getting ready, because they did say that they were going to announce the game later this year. It's already the end of April, so time's getting kind of tight, I guess. I do wonder when Creative Assembly are going to start getting a bit more vocal now. There hasn't really been any consistent news for a while. I mean, barring just showcasing off the animations for Dekala recently. It's a while now since we've seen a faction reveal, so I'm imagining that's not too far away. Here's hoping it's this week or next. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Start a bit of a discussion. I will be live today on twitch.tv/thegreatbookofgrudges later on, as I want to finish 100%ing this game. Pop by, say hi, talk about Warhammer or whatever. But if not, I'll see you all again very, very soon for a new video. Bye.